Alright everyone, glad you're here. I am trying out a different recording system on this one, so bear with me. I hope this one works better. I'm not entirely happy with the video quality on some of those others. So here we are with the Module 3 intro video. We've been working on reading comprehension up to this point. We've been working on sentence completion. Today, I'm sorry, with sentence equivalence. Today we will start on sentence completion. This is something that at first blush looks like maybe it would be easier, maybe it looks simpler than some of the other parts that we've worked on so far, but there are actually a lot of moving parts to it. With the sentence equivalence, you have sort of the option. You get to sort of compare two words and you have the whole sentence as context. Here with the completion, it's not that way. You have to put to work some of the things that hopefully you've been cultivating so far and use those to sort of decipher not only what the sentence is talking about, but then the best words to go in there, and sometimes you have to do that at the same time. So there's a reason I've done this one third, is that it builds on some of the skills that you actually pick up in working on like the sentence equivalence and to a lesser extent the reading comprehension. But it'll be important. Two things will be really important as you work toward building your skills here on sentence completion, your text completion. And the first one will be making sure that you put everything on the paper. Do the work for these questions on the paper. I know that I've talked about that and I recommended that you do it for the sentence equivalence. It's going to be a big deal to do it here for the completions because if you begin trying to hold all these sort of things in your head too often, then maybe you can do it on the practice quizzes that we're doing, like from the majortests.com website here. Maybe you can do it fairly well for those, for just a few at a time. But over the course of a 4.5-hour exam, that stuff will start to wear on you, and your mind will get tired. You won't be able to do it as well at the end as you did at the beginning. And you will wish that you had cultivated some of these skills and you had grown familiar and that you had been using it from the beginning. So I would recommend that you use the paper. Use the paper in front of you. The other thing that using the paper does for you is that if you come up to one that you're just not going to be able to make a firm decision with, regardless of whether you're using the paper or not, you can walk away from that question. Remember, take the easy test first. If it's taking you too long, you're not sure about it, move away from it, go do something else. You can move on to some other questions, and then you can come back to it later inside the last 2 minutes. Well, if you didn't mark anything on the paper, then you don't have the work that you've already done on that question up to that point. So you're having to kind of start over on it, or from what you remember. And sometimes that can be okay, but it'd be a whole lot better if you had known that you already eliminated two of the choices and you were just trying to decide between the three remaining. Then you would still have that when you came back to the paper. If you only have 12 seconds left at the end of the section and you're trying to run back through and answer two questions really fast that you had left open, it helps to be able to come back to that work on your paper and say, well, I know it's one of these, it's two of these three, and then you can increase your chances on a last second guess even. The other thing that's going to be really important, along with using the paper, is to not pay attention to the answer choices that are given you there until after you have read the sentence and you have some sort of idea of what is trying to be communicated. And it doesn't have to be a big fancy word, it doesn't have to be a GRE word. It can just be something that shows you what direction you think the sentence is going in. So simple words, mad, sad, or glad, good or bad, happy, funny, simple words, whatever comes to your mind first, go ahead and put it in there, because you're not trying to come up with a 16-letter word to communicate that. They're going to provide the big words. What you're trying to do is you're trying to have something with which you can eliminate some of the other choices that just don't go in there, and kind of do a lot of that work for you on the page without you having to keep it all in your head. So I would recommend that you pay attention to those skills, really work on that. I'm going to do a couple of practice videos to show working through some of these and talking through some of the thought process so you can get an idea about how to proceed with it. If you have any questions or anything, please email me. Let me know how I can help you. I really want for you guys to do well on it. Thanks, and see you soon.